on this piece of paper is a poem. So we do not have enough copies for everybody, which means you're gonna have to share. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, and so what I'd like us to do, some of you who have taken workshops with me, some of you who have attended readings by me know that I really, really enjoy when people build a poem together. Because in the moment that we do it, it is very clear that we can do it again, right? That we can build things anytime we want that are beautiful together. And so the invitation is that we'll read this poem together. And then afterwards, on your little note card, we'll write a line that goes with this poem. And then later, I'll read that poem at the 4 o'clock reading. And then if you stick around, you can see the beautiful thing that we made. And I'm not joking, like, I'm not gambling on it being beautiful. It always works. Like, it always works. And you know why it always works? Because you all show up and make it work. Like, that's just how it goes. The poem that we're gonna read is called You Are Who I Love, and it's by Araceli Gourmet. And this poem is actually a longer piece, so we're just gonna do an excerpt. And you might think to yourself, besides not having your poem here to read, why are we doing this? And the reason is you hear a lot that we are working to decolonize spaces, right? We're working to decolonize our minds. Well, today, we are gonna set our mouths free. We are gonna put the you in this poem into our bodies and then speak it out loud until it is true. And so then at the end of the poem, the you that I love will be you, right? And all of the other folks. All right, there's, it's probably gonna be a little bumpy. I read a little bit slow, so, try to read a little bit slow so you can really embrace it. And that's it, that's what we're gonna do. I'll read the title, you don't have to read the title. You are who I love. All right, everybody. You, selling roses out of a silver grocery cart. You, in the park, feeding the pigeons. You, caring for the bees. You are who I love. You, with the cats in your voice in the morning, feeding cats. You, protecting the river. You are who I love. Delivering babies, nursing the sick. You, with the henna on your feet and a gold star in your nose. You, taking your medicine, reading the magazines. You, looking into the faces of young people as they pass, smiling and saying, all right, which they know it means. I see you, family. I love you. Keep on. You, dancing in the kitchen, on the sidewalk, in the subway, waiting for the train because we wonder. Hector Lavoe, La Lupe. You, stirring a pot of beans. You, washing your father's feet. You are who I love. You, reciting Darwish, then June, feeding your heart, teaching your parents how to do the Dougie, counting to 10, reading your patient's charts. You are who I love. Changing policies, standing in line for water, stocking the food pantries, making a meal. You are who I love. Writing letters, calling senators. You, who with the seconds of your body, with your time here, arrive on buses, on trains, in cars, by foot, to stand in the January streets against the cruel and brutal offices, saying, your cruelty does not speak for me. You are who I love. You struggling to see. You struggling to find a question. You better than me. You are kinder and so blistering with anger. You are who I love. standing in the wind, salvaging the umbrellas, graduating from school, wearing holes in her shoes. You are who I love. Love you, Rosa. Thank you, guys.